check. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. Let's do it. All right.
Hey.
So, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever you are, wherever you are.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
My name is Okem.
I am Amber.
The beautiful.
Oh.
Awesome.
Oh.
Amazing.
Just stop.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop now because you said I should stop now.
Why'd you stop?
Look, I follow commands. Okay, I'm a man.
Do you?
When you say jump.
Good boy. Yeah.
Okay.
Proud
All right, cool. What are we talking about?
Conflict.
We talking about conflict?
Conflict.
We're talking about conflict.
Real conflict.
Like you're telling me we're sitting here talking about conflict.
I can't believe we're talking about conflict.
Like we're talking about conflict?
Conflict.
Okay. You don't look like you go through conflict.
No, I had to struggle real well.
Yeah, she becomes a dragon, but that's a different story. All right, so if you're going to be married, if you're going to have a family, you're going to have conflict. I just created conflict in case you didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to deal with that later on.
Me a dragon. I'm more like a baby lion.
Baby lion.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You're a grown lion. A wounded grown lion is dangerous because they actually say if an animal's wounded and is desperate, it will break the rules on how it hunts and go after prey. It should not go after. That's why you talk about like wounded lions and stuff. Yeah. So like normally like, oh, I'm just hungry. I'll just go after this. I don't want that gazelle. When I'm hungry and desperate, I'm like, I don't care. Elephant. So
that's dumb.
Yes, that's interesting. Sorry, I was growling in the mic. Okay, we're talking about conflict. So I've been married to this beautiful woman here for 10 years.
No.
Almost 10 years.
There you go.
Almost 9.
9 years. We've been together for 11.
We've been there for 11. I waited 2 years to marry you?
Like a year and some change.
Okay. That's weird. I thought I married you first day I met you.
In your mind, you did.
Actually, when me and Amber met 2 weeks later, we were talking about kids. So
go
figure. I was that weird guy. It's weird if she doesn't like you. But if she likes you, then you're okay. If she doesn't, you might be hearing a call from the cops and from the FBI for being a creeper and a stalker.
I'm still trying to decide if I like you.
Yeah. You got the ring. I got the deal. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So we've had some conflicts. Some small, some big. I have never lost so far. Thank you, Jesus.
There's no losing.
There's no,
winning.
Baby, I don't need you to boot camp me or marriage coach me or whatever you want to call it. I need you to just.
You lose, I lose.
If I lose, you lose. Yes. No, what was that picture we saw? It's if I win, we win. If it's mine, if it's yours, it's mine.
That's not me. I told you that.
Oh, what? Say it.
What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely. That is marriage for you, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to let you know. And every guy's like, it's gonna be different for me. I'm gonna get married and it's gonna be different. And then you get married, you're like, oh yeah, I could have a heart attack at 55 because I was stressing out and trying to win every argument, or she could just win them all. All right, let's talk about conflict. Okay,
yes.
So we're gonna go back to when we first met.
Oh yeah.
First year of meeting each other. That's always the fun part. All the love,
all that energy to fight.
And I had so much energy because I had no money. I'll keep the money, energy king. I had so much energy.
You weren't Boaz, but you were
Boaz.
You were
I was working on Boaz. I was Boroaz. I owed Sally Mae.
You were half-assed.
Yeah, I was Boroaz. I was potential ass.
Yeah, that's what you were.
Man, I had potential for days. Some of them have not yet come through, but I had potential for days.
Most of them have them.
So this was in college. We went to UT Arlington, and Amber lived in 25 minutes away.
Yes.
And, she dropped out of school. Irresponsible girl.
Just a little irresponsible.
Just dropped out of school for no reason. And I'm in school here trying to study like a good church boy. Trying to be a man for my family.
Oh gosh.
This woman, she was at home. She would come from home and come see me on campus on weekends, like Friday nights, right? But as any good college young man will tell you, Friday nights are important, okay? Because Friday nights is when you get to play video games. So,
with your friends.
I mean, would it be my enemies? If anybody plays a video game with you, they're your friends. Okay. Think I'm lying. Go on Xbox Live, and you'll see how many friends I have. Okay. If you ever need people to show up to your wedding, go online and play games. Okay. Anyway, so I go play with my friend, and that was a routine, and she would come, and then I would go talk to her. But sometimes if you ever play, like, we used to play FIFA, and you're losing, and you don't want to drop the controller because your friend is just talking smack, and you've talked all the smack all week. And you can't back it up, and now you're getting whooped. Like, I was getting beat up that day. Like he was doing things to me that I was like, my controller ain't working. I tried every trick in the bag. It didn't work. I tried to talk back, talk hard. I would, like, maybe win one game, and then I would, like, play another one, and then I would draw a game, and I was just losing, man. I had a streak of losses, and Amber is waiting for me, right?
After I had driven.
Yeah.
Secured a babysitter.
Okay, all right, sure.
I did.
I mean, you make it sound like it was a whole project, but
it was.
Secured a babysitter. So you were waiting for me where were you?
I was at a dorm. My friend's dorm.
Yeah, and I was in a different dorm playing this game.
Yes. As
you can see, that was a total logical thing to do. Let her wait while you play the video game, because the video game can not wait, but she can wait, right?
After you say, hey, come at this time, because then I'll be done playing. It was like, hey, I want to be here as soon as you're off doing whatever.
Yeah.
It was, I'm going to play video games until 9.
Yeah. And you believe that. Yeah.
I was so naive. I actually believed the words that came out of your mouth.
Oh, shoot.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, ding, 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 we have conflict. Wow.
Trying to just get back in put myself back in that scene of how I was feeling, and action.
Okay. So I didn't stop after an hour.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I stopped after 2 hours.
Mm-mm.
I think we probably were on the third hour.
Mm-hmm. And nothing was open.
Nothing was open. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to go out. I had money to go out. I'm always surprised when I think about me going out in college. I'm like, how did I afford
Student discounts.
Student discounts. Yeah, you're right. Because I didn't know shoot. My roommate, my friend who I was playing the game with, he worked at the food place. And so
the cafeteria.
I said food place. I'm trying to forget it, Amber. It was those places were so trying to forget it. And so he would bring back food. So I had supply of food. And they were going to throw away the food, by the way. I should say that. They were going to throw away this food that he brought back. But, it was still good. They just didn't want to get sued. My belly did not complain.
There were no leftovers when you're paying tuition.
Yeah.
You get fresh food every day.
Yeah, if it's free, eat it. It's going to be fine. Yeah. Got to take care of it.
It's not like 3 days old sitting in the back. It was cooked that day.
They just cooked that day. And some posh kids didn't want to eat the tacos because they were too. Look, my belly is not posh. Now it probably is, but then it wasn't.
You got a bougie belly now.
But then those foods in cafeterias, you ate them and then you pooped like 10 minutes later.
Hey.
Anyway, okay,
TMI.
all right. So you got Amber waiting for me playing the video game, getting my butt kicked. And did you not call me?
Did I not call you?
Did you call me? Tell me how this went down for you.
Oh, wait. I called you. I said, I'm here. He said, oh, can you rate at your friend's house? Because I'm almost done.
Yeah.
And then I called again. And you're like, I'm not done yet.
In my defense, in African time, almost done could be in a range of 2 to 4 hours. But keep going.
I was out well-versed
in African time.
I just thought at that point it was only one real time. Yeah, and that was, time on the clock.
There's colored people time. So
but it's normally not.
Colored people time is around like 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. It's normally like not 30 hours.
Okay. So you called me. I said, I'm almost done. I remember, I don't know what set it off, but I think you'd send me a text or you called me and be like, I've been waiting here for you and you're not coming. Do you remember what you said?
And pause. This is also not the first time
that this has happened.
This is like the 10th time.
10?
Yes.
10.
Yes.
I think you're pushing it.
Really?
Yes.
What time? How many times?
Listen, I don't think you gave me 10 chances. That's not how this relationship works. You don't give me 10 chances at anything.
Okay. But I don't remember it. I kind of because I kind of blend these two ones together. I just remember there being a time where it was like everything was closed by the time you were done.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, snaps. And then you went in the pigeon and you're like, oh, blood of Jesus, whatever. Like, oh, baby, you're so pretty.
Always call Jesus. When you're in trouble, call Jesus.
oh, you're so pretty. Look how pretty you look. You deserve to be taken out. I'm so sorry. Oh, I won't do it again.
I won't do it again.
And you did do it again.
Famous last words. Ladies and gentlemen, when he says he won't do it again, he's going to do it again. Just line up your forgiveness because he's doing it again.
So I'm all dressed up at my friend's dorm.
You were looking good, too.
Thank you. Thank you. But then I go, you're like, oh, I'm done. By the time you get there, it'll be fine. So then I get to the dorm where you're at.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did try to come. And, like, you got to the door and I didn't come to open it. I forgot about that part. So you couldn't get in the dorm because I couldn't come down. Jesus, man. Because
you were playing.
What a hot mess.
The video game.
Shame.
You were
okay. Shame on you. I just want to let you know. Shame. Good God. And then so you had to walk back to
my car. I didn't walk.
Okay.
I drove.
You walked to your car.
Yeah. I don't believe I would walk at night.
No, but I'm just saying you walked to your car and drove back to your friends, right?
I think that's when I sent you the text of like.
Yeah, it was probably colorful, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you got your fingers, man.
I told you,
there's
I'm
thunder in them hands.
A young lion.
A young lion.
With
you're not a
I
young
was
lion.
thugging.
Yeah. And you sent me a text. It was you know how you get that one text and you can't do nothing. Like I'm trying to finish the game. Like I'm like, let me finish. I'm just like, yo, I can't play. Like I'm getting. He's like, I'm confused. I like. Pause him. I gotta go talk to her. And finally, all of a sudden, I could leave the game. Right? And so I stand up, and I remember I walk to her dorm, and I get there. I remember how I got. I was an RA. I could enter any dorm. Who would have thunk this? So I go to her dorm, and I knock on the door, and you didn't want to open the door. And then your friend starts talking, and I'm like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. So you need to. I didn't say shut up, but that was my attitude. You need to shut up. Because this ain't got nothing to do with you. And her friend was not having that. Because the friend is probably like, shoot, you kept my friend waiting here all this time.
For the 10th time.
And I'm just like, no, this ain't not got. I do.
She was paused, but in her defense, she was trying to convince me to like let him talk to you. And I was like, no. And she was like, are you sure? I'm like, yes. And she's like, she don't want to talk to you. So.
I remember that because I was like, I don't like taking out anger on people. And that day, I kind of took out my anger on her. And I had to apologize later. But I was like, this has nothing to do with you. Stay out of it. Let me talk to her. But she was like, she don't want to talk to you. I was like, but I don't want to talk to you. Why are you talking to me? Remember, we can't see ourselves. I want to talk to you. I know you hear me, Amber. So I'm working the system. Like, I'm priming the pump. But her friend is talking. I'm like, dang, you killing my vibe. Like, if you just shut up and let me talk to her, I can get her to open this door.
Friend that helped me keep my boundary of
keep
I don't want to talk
out
to
of
you.
your relationships. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Now that it is what it is. She was in her room. She had a right to speak, but I was just like, just hush. Let me smooth talk her. She was killing my smooth talk. That's what it is.
And I appreciate.
Oh no. And every man has the right to smooth talk his way out of every situation. It's the only way we can stay together. Okay, if you take away my smooth talk, then I got nothing.
This is bad theology.
No. Listen, dude. I'm telling you.
Don't.
Every situation you're in, you should have a chance to be heard. Nobody go to court and just go to jail. Everybody get a chance at prosecution, state your case.
Unless you're dealing with me. Then you go to jail and you work your way out.
So I go there and her friend is like, and then I get into it with her friend. I'm like, I'm not talking to you. She's like, I don't remember what she said, but I was like, okay, I'm not going to be out here as an RA, a representative of the university, yelling through the door at somebody on the other side. And fun fact, I could have gone and got that key. But that would have been misuse of my powers.
That would have been scary.
Like, so y'all just gonna sit. They were like, I would have lost my job. So I'm upset. Now I'm upset. Amber's upset. Her friend is upset. We all upset.
We all upset.
Everybody upset.
Everybody mad.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
Outside of the fact that I should have stopped playing the video game, we know that. What could I have done differently when I came to the door?
I don't know, bro. That's when I was not come to the door.
Not come to the door.
I mean, I really don't know. Honestly, I was livid.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So you're telling me there was no hope?
I mean, there was hope. I just don't know. Maybe like ask me if I would talk, text me or call me to talk to you. Like, can you come out?
Yeah.
I am so sorry. Like, beg. Like you should have just been.
I was trying to.
You should have been like through text, just like, "I am so sorry. You're so beautiful. Let's go eat." Because you can just get if a girl is mad, forget all that stuff he was talking about. Sweet talk. Don't do that. Get some food.
Oh, listen.
Put food.
You got to back up your smooth talk. Don't be a smooth talk only dude.
Forget that. Just
Diamonds,
be like, babe, I'm
food,
sorry. No.
Money. Women can be bought. They want to be bought. Use your resources that God has given you to buy loyalty.
You can't say women can be bought in this climate. Counsel, Kim.
What I meant.
That's right.
What I meant by that is my woman can be bought.
So back to the original statement, men, which you should have done.
What?
Text me.
Okay.
I am so sorry. You are the most beautiful woman ever. You are my queen. You want to get some food? And I would have been like, I'm mad at you, but let's go get something to eat. And we're going to talk.
Eat it with anger.
Yeah, exactly. Over here telling me and I'm mad at you.
That steak is good.
Exactly. You can't take her to like McDonald's.
Wow.
You got to be like.
McDonald's used to have McRibs.
Oh my gosh, McRibs.
And then they took it. They keep taking it away and bringing it back. It's almost like somebody finds out salmonella poisoning.
Oh wow.
Foot and mouth disease. Something about the way they bring it and take it back. Well, like don't it just show up at the most random time, and then it goes away. It's like, why did you bring it and take it away?
Oh my gosh. So you could take her to like I think Bethany's at that point. Like it was a Chinese restaurant.
Girl, I was in college anyway when it worked.
Yeah, you're right.
But my problem was I couldn't talk to you.
So I'm telling you, hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
You asked me what you could have done differently. Yeah. It would have been like text me because I can't ignore the text. There's no muting. I could ignore your call. Like, no, I don't want to talk to you.
Are you sure you didn't turn off your phone? I have a feeling I tried to call you.
I think I was just ignoring your call because I wanted the gratification of call me. Nope.
Oh, you know that's bad when you call and you're not even hearing the phone ring. It's just the number you were calling.
No.
Like, she's not even seeing my missed call, so I'm not even getting points for trying.
Yeah, I was seeing. I feel like I was ignoring. Knowing me, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Now I'll turn the phone off.
Oh, God. Yeah, she's matured in her.
Now I'm like, I got that ring. You'll be fine. But then I was like, I want the satisfaction of seeing, he called me. Yeah, now I had to wait on you. Now you wait for me. That's what it really was.
Okay. So pause that there because there's some important things that I want to make sure we share. In conflict, communication is key.
Yes.
Very key. How you communicate, who you communicate through. Clearly, I was starting to talk through a door. That door was a problem. Yeah. And through another person was involved. Yeah. And that introduced all kinds of situations, right? Versus, like you said, I needed to find a way to talk to you. And it's not always possible with your, face-to-face, but you can keep communicating through text messages, calls. Because if something is worth fighting for, then it is worth communicating over.
That's good.
Okay, because you can lose everything if you don't communicate. Yeah. And so in conflict, when you're dealing with stuff, it's very important. Keep talking. He might not be listening. She might not be listening, but keep saying, but for real though, I love you. It might not even work per se, but communication means I care enough to make an effort to reach out to you. Yeah, that's good. I care enough to make an effort to pass a message across to you. Because I've seen this before. You've seen this stuff. Someone do something like, I don't want to talk to you no more. Get out of my life. And they leave. And you're like, they're not even going to fight. Beg. Not even going. I mean, you didn't even try to call me. I said I was done with you, and you just left. So you were trying to break up with me, right? And that's
you've been one to leave.
Yeah, it's like, well, you said, and men sometimes we do that. We do what they say.
Don't do that.
And it's like, no, that's what they said with their mouth. Okay, now be respectful, but I do parting shots. Okay, sometimes my wife's like, I want to talk right now. I'm leaving, and as I'm walking out the door, I'm like, baby, I just want you to know I really love you and I'm sorry. I just gave her the last thing to think about. I just gave myself I just planted a seed.
What is this like how to be a player 101?
This is marriage.
How to be a husband.
I planted a seed. So now in her heart, while there's all the other stuff, but he did say he was sorry. Now, obviously, if you misuse this, abuse this,
nothing gonna help you.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
You know what it reminds me of? So like you have to look at like not only what your partner or your family member is saying, but
Yeah.
you also have to read the body language.
Yeah.
Because it reminds me of that meme of remember when the ladies, like, there's two pictures side by side of when the girlfriend's putting out the boyfriend or putting out her man, and one is like all the stuff is just throwing
scattered
out
on the lawn.
Yeah, and then the other one's like neatly packed,
tidied
and everything's like very.
Yeah.
They're like, so the girl, the the dude on the left with all the stuff that's out on the line, he has a chance of getting his girl back.
Yeah, she just mad.
Yeah, she just didn't. But the woman that took the time to pack your stuff nice and neatly, folded, you're
Call
done.
your divorce lawyer.
Yeah, you're done. You're done.
You're done.
You're done. So,
And you're done.
and you're finished.
Yeah. so that's important. And, you know, there's a story in the Bible that I really like that talks about conflict. In John chapter 11, if you don't know the story, I'll tell you what happened. Jesus has 3 friends. They're really close to him. Lazarus, Martha, and Mary. Lazarus gets sick, like really sick. And this is back when they didn't have cars, they didn't have Uber. So they send a message to Jesus and they go, hey, your friend is sick. Well, what do you think Jesus did? Stayed where he was.
Of course, duh.
I mean, just like, oh, cool. And like, he stays where he is. And so you can imagine Mary and Martha getting the message saying, we told him he was sick and he just stayed there. And they're like, wait, what? Well, it gets really bad and Lazarus actually dies, okay? And now Jesus tells the disciples, our friend is dead, let's go see him. It's a long story about how he tells them that, but he says, let's go see him. So Jesus shows up to the town. Before he gets in town, I mean, it's a big deal. There's a lot of people there. Mary's crying, Martha's crying, they've lost their brother. I believe part of the reason they were also crying was because they were like, Jesus didn't come, and he said he loved us. And so before he gets in, it says Martha runs to Jesus, okay? And she comes to him. And, you know, she just lost her brother. She's emotional. She's feeling some kind of way about her friend not coming. And in John 11:21, it says, now Martha said to Jesus, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. What do they call that, boo? Shade. Like cold coconut palm tree.
How you gonna shade the Messiah though?
Shade.
That's
how you gonna throw shade on God? I am the light of the world. Here's all this shade. I mean, she's literally like, yo, if you had shown up on time, I mean, dang, Jesus, are you Nigerian? Like, is it what, 3 days later? That's when you gonna pull up?
Are you Nigerian? That was good.
Who, like, what you doing? And so she mentions that they have this conversation, but check out what Jesus says to her in verse 23. He said, Jesus said to her, your brother will rise again. Now, Jesus could have said, Martha, I'm offended.
Yeah.
You think I didn't try to help my friend? I thought I was your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Martha, in front of all these people, you know, there's a lot of ways that he could have communicated, but he focused on solving the problem. Martha, Jesus said to her, your brother will rise again. I have resurrection power. I can bring him back to life. And that's what he focused on. He didn't pick up the bait. He didn't pick up the offense. He didn't get mad at what she said. He knew what he was doing. He knew what God had called him to do. And that's exactly what he was saying. And then she was like, oh, I know he'll rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Just like, oh, she don't get it. I am the resurrection and the life.
Come on, bub.
The resurrection on the last day is because I showed up. It wasn't because, oh, there's a resurrection day. I came to the scene and everyone was like, oh, we got to get up. Life is here. And Jesus focuses on how he's going to change things. And you think it's done. Family drama, it just seems to go on and on sometimes, doesn't it? You think it's done. Mary hears that Jesus is here. Mary runs to him. Verse 32. Guess what Mary said? Guess what day it is?
I'm so glad to see you. Yay, I love you.
No. Here comes a big old palm tree. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Therefore, when Jesus saw her weeping, this is verse 33, and the Jews who came with her weeping, he groaned in the spirit and was troubled. And he said, where have you laid him? And so now Mary comes again, the same thing. He already dealt with Martha. Now here comes Mary talking about the same crap in front of all these people. And you can look at it however you want, but I believe when conflict happens, a lot of times we want to be right. But, you know, I haven't decompressed the whole week. I got to play my video games, boo. It helps me take stress off. That ain't the problem. And you have a right to state your position and all. But do you want to be right or do you want to solve the problem? Okay, because you can be right all you want, but you're going to be alone. This can be with your friends, your boss. If you're always right, you're going to spend a lot of time by yourself. Because don't nobody want to be around someone that's always right. Jesus could have been like, hey, don't you understand? The plan was, I'm going to wait till he falls sick. I wait till he falls sick. And then I'm going to wait till he dies. And then when he dies, I'm going to start coming with my disciples. And when I get here, he's going to be dead for a while. And now everyone is going to be here because it's a burial. People are around here. And now I'm here. I brought even a bigger crowd. And I got all these people. And then the plan of God was that when all these people are here, I'm going to walk to the grave and show them I am the resurrection and the life. And Lazarus is going to come forth and they're all going to be transformed. Do you see what I was doing? See, you shouldn't talk to me like that. I know what I'm doing. He didn't do that. He tried to solve the problem. In the midst of conflict, you might be like, well, I have a right to say this. I have a right to do this. I have a right to this and this. Or do you want to solve the problem? And I'm not saying you don't have rights. I'm not saying you should be run over. I'm not saying that. But something important in conflict is to understand what is the issue and how can I solve it. A lot of times we go down rabbit trails. Well, you said this about my shirt. Well, I used to be good at this one. My wife would say something. I'm like, did you just say always? You said always? You just said I'm always this way. That's just wrong. Totally missed the issue. Totally missed the issue. So, in the midst of this conflict, something amazing happened, right?
Yes.
I leave the dorm because I'm upset. I'm hot. Like, you could have fried an egg on my forehead. I am smoking hot. This relationship that has just started, I don't know if we're up to 6 months at that point.
I don't think so.
Yeah, has just started in my head. I was like, I'm done. And I learned a good trait from all the men I learned. When you're mad, you walk away. So I start walking away, and I literally start walking back to my room, and I live across campus. And what did you do after I left?
I was headed home. I was mad.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm all cute and everything, and my friend's like, well, you can stay here if you want. I was like, no, I'm going home. I'm going to go get something good to eat, and I'm going to go home. I was just hungry, guys. I was just hungry. I was like, I'm going to go eat, and there was no food. No. I mean, I was hungry, but that was probably part of the reason why I was so mad. But anyways, so I was headed home. And then God was like, hey, you like this guy, right? This is who I told you was going to be your husband.
Heck yeah.
So why don't you turn this way and just drive this way? Because I normally would go another way to go home. He's like, you should just turn this way. And then I saw them dang on pants that I think I got rid of them as soon as I got there. I was like, these are going in the trash. I don't know what happened to your pants, honey. This big old, I don't know, hip-hop pants you used to wear. They were so bad.
Baggy.
And you were so thin and tall. Ugh.
I don't know what it was about those pants.
I remember I bought you skinny jeans and you made fun of them. You were like, look at me. I was like,
I look like a chick. That's how I felt.
But then you end up wearing them and liking them however many years later. But.
Yeah, after they squeeze the crap out of all the oxygen in my legs. But go on.
So then I saw them dang on pants and I was like, I pulled behind you and I was like, get in the car. And then we had a conversation.
Yeah, I was walking home, yo. I was done. I was walking home, and then I see these cart goes
why
past
did
me.
You walk home, but you had a car.
Whatever. I was when you're upset, you can't think. When you're upset, you make stupid decisions. Like leave your car where it is and walk home, and then walk back to it the next day. How is that gonna work when you have to go to work? Anyway, I remember walking, and I'm just upset. I was just upset walking home, and I see this car pass me, and then turn around and come back around, and it's like this beautiful woman. And she's like, where are you walking? Like if that was the issue.
I mean, but that was a legit question, though. Like you have a car. Why are you walking 2 miles?
Right, okay. That's called an obvious question. Captain Obvious. Okay. Why are you walking? I don't know, Amber. Maybe it's because you didn't let me come in the room. You let your friend talk to me crazy. But I didn't say any of that.
I did
not.
See,
on the trip to as I started my walking, there's something about walking just helps the blood calm down. I started thinking straight and trying to figure things out. And so when she said get in the car, I was like, sure. I was like a puppy.
You were a cute puppy.
And I got in the car, and I don't know if I apologized then or she apologized or whatever, but I was done.
I didn't apologize. I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, whatever. Whatever, man.
Right now.
We figured it out, and I just remember being like, I'm sorry, I got to go talk to your roommate. Your friend. And I went to a friend. I was like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that to you, whatever. we got over, and I told her, I understand why you're upset. This is what happened. This is what I did. I'm sorry. I should not treat you that way. And I did, after that, try to make sure that.
There was never an issue after
Yeah,
that.
try to make sure that when she came, I would just bring her in the room.
No, but you still honored.
No, I know I did, but I would like, come to the room. Don't go come to wait with me, so that way you're with me, and then when I reach the time, we'll go. That caused problems later on.
Ay.
I remember that one.
Oh yeah, do you remember that?
Oh
one?
my goodness. Let me tell you something, man. This guy right here, I've done it. Stupid
All
things
the
to do in
things.
a relationship.
All the things.
I wrote the book, and I have two editions, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and I'm still here.
Yeah.
Check that out, homie.
So either you're really great, like learn from your experiences, like
Yeah.
you don't make, or I'm just really dumb.
Those are the only two options. I was hoping for a third one. That's all we got.
I mean,
Well, I'm not gonna blow my own horn. I'll tell you what it is. I just figured out. I don't know what I'm doing. Jesus, can
take
you
the wheel.
can you answer this call real quick? And so, but that was one way we dealt with conflict. Just remember, you got into the conflict, you can get out of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's conflict that you didn't start, but you're in the middle of it. You can get out of it.
Yeah.
And at the end of that story with Martha, Mary, and Lazarus, guess what? Lazarus comes back because Jesus ignores the drama, ignores all the talk. In fact, if you keep reading that book, people then start talking. Is this not the man that raises the dead? Why didn't he heal this man when he was sick? The Bible says Jesus didn't even answer them. That's another thing. It ain't nobody. I was not in a relationship with anybody else but Amber. That's who you need to focus on. You can't change everybody's opinion. You can't solve everybody's problem. But the person that you're in a relationship with, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's a family member, whoever it is, that's who you deal with, and then you go from there. And at the end of the day, Lazarus came back to life. God had a plan all along, and he focused on that plan. He didn't get carried away by anything. So that's how we dealt with conflict. Probably one of the first major conflicts that we had in a relationship. I got a book full of them now. So, that was just one that I just remember because of how it went down and how stupid I was in that situation. But I made it out. And if I made it, guess what? You can make it too. So
You're saying if anyone could make it, you made it.
if I can make it,
Anyone. Anybody.
anyone can make it.
You got a pulse?
Yep.
You can make
You
it.
got a chance. All you got to do is Ghostbusters.
Oh my gosh. No.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Who are you going to call?
Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na. Ghostbusters.
Such a millennial.
All right. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks, partner.
Yay.